final score, Charlton Athletic 2, Wrexham 2. And we was robbed. As simple as that. 97th minute penalty given against us for a handball that really, I mean, who would give that, honestly? The referee had to go off injured. I was not impressed with him, but then the fourth official comes on and gives that penalty. Wish that first bloke had stayed on. Wrexham, again, testing ourselves against a big club at a big venue. Their biggest crowd this season. There's a pattern forming here. And actually, interesting to note that 8,000 more than the Birmingham game at the Valley 3 weeks earlier. So in both those games, the away ends are packed. So we've attracted 8,000 more than Birmingham can to Charlton. Wow, that's pretty crazy. Anyway, it was a well-contested game, but as it went on, Wrexham got more and more control. First opportunity coming early on, Luke Berry, who came off the bench and scored 2 for them on Tuesday at Barnsley, starting this time, ripped in a free kick from the left flank, which went through a crowded goalmouth and just wide of the far post. Nasty delivery, that. But Wrexham started to settle then. Our midfield were looking good. Dobson getting booed every touch at his old club, was moving it around typically well. And we got the breakthrough in similar circumstances to what Berry tried to do. O'Connor with a free kick on the right flank, rips it in as he does with pace, left-footed, to the near post. And it's Coventry, not the City, Connor Coventry, a midfielder, who gets the touch. He deflects it sort of at the goalkeeper, but it's so close in and going at such pace that the keeper just can't adjust and looks very clumsy as it hits him, and he and the ball end up in the back of the net. Not the prettiest goal of all time. Who cares? Wrexham take the lead and were good value for it. To be fair to Charlton, they do come back at us. Coventry hitting a shot which takes a deflection off Dobson, do well to get there and take a little bit of pace off a Fia's shot, but it still takes a really good save by Okonkwo lunging down to his left to push it round the post. From the corner, Berry whips it in, and it's Mitchell, the centre-back, meeting it, sending it towards goal. Rathbone hacks it off the line into midfield. Looks like we're okay. We start to reorganise, but the ball's stood back in by Edwards, and Gillespie, the centre-back, manages to jump beyond the far post and make what I first thought was a lucky misheader, but having looked at it again is more of a brilliant header. He gets up and plants it high over a Okonkwo and it loops down inside the far post. A brilliant equalising header. Wrexham have got to be disappointed with it, having allowed first contact off the set piece. We then have 3 players at the far post, and yet it's Gillespie who gets up highest and manages to make this remarkable header. Frustration for Wrexham, but we respond very well to it and are the better side for the remainder of the half. We go very close to an almost instant equaliser. Dobson switching swiftly over to Barnett. He pulls the ball into the box. Palmer dummies it cutely, and Lee strikes it tremendously well from the edge of the box. The ball rattles against the bar and goes flying back out again. So close. And Mullen has a chance in the half-hour mark as well. A free kick right on the edge of the D, but he steps up and puts it comfortably over. So 1-1 at half-time. Wrexham feeling that maybe they deserve to be ahead. At half-time, Miles Lieben is brought on, massive target man for Charlton. By this point, the ref has been changed. Charlton lost their right back in the early moments of the match and had their keeper treated for quite a while. So we had a huge 10 minutes on at the end of the first half. Lieben comes on in the second, and Charlton shift to 3 at the back because they are being troubled by the way we're playing. And they start the half well. Lieben initially is winning everything in the air. He's really causing issues. Not so good with the ball at his feet, to be honest, but is starting to cause us some problems. Okonkwo has to be sharp when Tyrese Campbell, who was really impressive with his pace, breaks down the left-hand side and cuts between Barnett and Cleworth, leaves them for dead, drives in a shot from about 10 yards. Okonkwo's attentive and blocks it with his foot at the near post. But then Wrexham start to get into the rhythm, which will see us dominate most of the remainder of the game. Lee squaring it across to Rathbone, who with his left foot drives a powerful shot across the keeper. Good save by Mannion. Strong right hands to push the ball away from danger. Then it's O'Connor stepping in midfield, reading play brilliantly, winning the ball, and then working a great pass out to Barnett on the right-hand side. He sweeps in a beautiful cross. Palmer attacks it, meets it 6 yards out, but the defender lunging across him just gets a touch on it, and it ricochets just wide for a corner. Charlton make more changes, and they energise them. Alan Campbell and Taylor coming on. Taylor hits a free kick from a good 25 yards out, but he strikes it really well. Okonkwo has to tip it over. And then with 20 minutes left, Rathbone, who's put in a very good shift, is replaced by Andy Cannon. And within a minute, Cannon has scored. Dobson again with a good pass out to the right. Cannon breaks into the box, feeds Mullin. Good defending as Gillespie sticks tight on him. And Mullin hits his shot from close range. The defender gets a block, but it falls kindly for Cannon, who very coolly from the corner of the box nails it with power, first time, through the keeper's legs. The Wrexham fans, who've been remarkable again, singing all through the second half, making crazy noise, and making remarkable noise half an hour before kick-off and drowning out the music that was being played on the PA. They go nuts, and Wrexham have the lead, and it's got to be said that until the 97th minute, it doesn't for a moment look like the next goal is going to come from anyone but Wrexham. Wrexham now really starting to pick Charlton apart when Charlton try to push up the pitch. They change their shape again. They've got 2 big targets up front to aim at, but Wrexham are handling it comfortably. O'Connor with another good free kick played into the box, and it bounces around, and Palmer lets it drop, and with a huge crowd in front of him, tries to scoop it over everybody. He does, but it doesn't come down, and the chance is gone. And then Dobson again feeding a great ball out to the right hand side. Mullin pulling it back inside. Barnett driving forwards, decides to come narrow and smash a shot which goes over. His teammates are annoyed with him because there were other options, but I think to be fair to Barnett, he works himself such a nice position. He had to have a goal from there around the edge of the D. 10 minutes left, Wrexham still pushing for the third. O'Connor feeding the ball forwards to Liu, pops it off neatly to Palmer. Palmer works it into the box, and Mullin, great strength, rolls Gillespie and looks to have a simple finish. Gillespie, who's on the floor now, somehow manages to stretch out and get a foot to it and poke the ball away. An incredible last-ditch tackle, but Wrexham really racking up the chances. Charlton have a shout for a penalty when the ball is swept in by Tyrese Campbell again. Hilton, the other big striker, flicks it on, and Leeburn goes down as he's trying to get to it at the far post. He claims Cleworth has pushed him in the back. Didn't look like it, in all honesty. With 5 minutes left, Wrexham just refresh things a bit. Revan comes on for Barnett. Farl comes on for Palmer. And in the 89th minute, we have a great chance to finish it. Cannon does ever so well, beats a couple of players and is charging forwards, a 2-on-1 breakaway. He feeds Revan. Maybe not the right option. Mullin's available on the left. Mullin remains unmarked throughout this attack and is doing his nuts when it doesn't come to him. Revan rather slows it down a bit. Defenders start to come back. Mullin's lurking at the far post when he works out wide on the right, but the cross doesn't come in. And Wrexham have squandered a good opportunity. And we paid the price deep into added time. 5 minutes added for this half. And as that's coming to an end, Tyrese Campbell, he's quick. He tears down the left-hand side. Seb Revan's decision kind of costs us. I mean, as Phil Parkinson points out, we maybe could have done better keeping the ball in the corner flag anyway. We were so close to the final whistle. But then Campbell's sprinting away. Revan hacks him down. And it is a hack. He's nowhere near the ball, sprinting from behind. Could have been a red, I think, if I'm honest, because he's just nowhere near it. I've got to say, Cleworth is there. And, I know take one for the team can be a sensible idea. I'm not sure Revan really had to do it because he's so quick. He's fresh on the pitch. Make him run at Cleworth and join him, and then the two of you can force him wide and nothing comes of it. But anyway, he'd made his decision. He chopped him. He gets the yellow. And what happens next? Well, we all know, don't we? Ball's lofted into the far post. Mitchell heads the ball down into the goal mouth. It bounces up and hits Max Cleworth's right arm. His arm is tucked into the side. And the ref gives a penalty. Huge appeals from everyone from Charlton, naturally. And he gives it. It's not a penalty. I'm sorry, but whatever happened to that whole silhouette of the body and unnatural positions? He's tucked his arms right in. One of the angles makes it look more like a penalty. If you look at it from the side, it looks like his arm's like moving as it's being hit and it's away from his body. The ball hits his arm right by his sides and knocks his arm backwards. That's why it looks away from his body. No, it's just not a penalty. It just isn't a penalty. Anyway, it's given. And Gordon, who's been working very hard up front for Charlton all day, smashes it into the roof of the net. Their celebrations, shall we say, are eager. They just got a point at home. Do a bit of a lap of honour. Frankly, Alex Mitchell, who throughout, the centre-back for Charlton throughout has been unpleasant. I think probably the rather hoity-toity way of putting it. He's going around just having a go at players. He's having a go at the Wrexham fans. He's screaming in Wrexham players' faces when the penalty's given, and he's ringleading it at the end. I suspect he may get a sort of unfriendly reaction when he comes down to the Stoke Kairos at the end of the season. And it's a huge disappointment because we should have won. It was another good performance against strong opposition. We deserve to be right up at the top of that table. And what a shame that we weren't able to just finish off with the 3 points. Looking at the performances, Okonkwo was very good. Made 2 or 3 really good saves. Spot on, Okonkwo. Max Cleworth was a surprise when he was named on the team sheet. Nobody expected that. And he had a scary opening moment because, like I said, Tyrese Campbell is fast and he burst past Cleworth, who had to pull him down. And he thought, okay, I hope he's back up to scratch because Campbell's going to really test him. But he settled into the game so well, Cleworth, after that. Really did well. And was incredibly unlucky, like I said, to concede the penalty. Scar was excellent again in the centre of defence. He's a no-nonsense defender, and he was dealing with stuff when those 2 big men were on. He's still battling. Lieben won a few headers against him, admittedly, but he's massive. But Scar was good, really controlled. And O'Connor was very good as well. Again, got forwards quite well. He was a free man in the second half quite a lot when they changed shape, and he carried the ball intelligently. And as you heard when I'm talking about the chances, he was the starting point for a lot of Wrexham's chances. Barnett on the right-hand side looked to get at Josh Edwards, got him booked fairly early on, and that was a promising sign, but actually didn't manage to deliver as much as usual into the box. Defensively, he was sound, but yeah, not quite as threatening as he has been lately. He has been fabulous lately, of course. McLean was solid on the left-hand side, didn't get forwards as much, but again, wasn't allowing players to cause him any problems. In midfield, Dobson, it was weird. Like I said, he was booed every touch during the game. When they read his name out half an hour beforehand, the Charlton fans were all standing and clapping him. But yeah, I guess once the fog of war comes down, they forget about all that. He was excellent. He was very, very good. Distributing the ball really nicely in midfield, and he was one of our best performers. Rathbone, excellent shift once more, really diligent and working hard and moving the ball on well. And Lee, again, had some nice little moments in the attacking third, but again was full of endeavour. For me, the man in the match is Ollie Palmer. Constantly beating Mitchell and Gillespie in there. Absolute threat. Working so hard, holding the ball up. Made some good defensive interventions as well. And just wore the centre-backs down so much. He was unlucky with that diving header that, unluckily for him, was well defended and flicked just wide. But I thought he was excellent. And he combined very well with Mullin, who also was very lively. Really going at the defenders and causing them all sorts of issues, pinning them, winning free kicks. I think part of Mitchell's petulance was because Mullin just kept backing into him all the time. He was winding him up, he really was. As for the subs, well, Cannon, yeah, you can't ask for much more than that, can you? Comes on, scores within a minute, and was very sparky as ever on the right hand side of midfield. Revan came on. It was more frustrating for him, really, in that he gave away that free kick. But, overall, I think it's... Oh, beg your pardon, Fall came on. And he, again, just like in the midweek, was a problem for the defenders. Hassled them, didn't get a chance really to do anything to hurt them. But he put in a nice little shift, just bothering the defenders. It's annoying, but it's a very good away point. And we've been now to Charlton, we've been to Bolton, we've been to Birmingham, we've been to Peterborough, we've been to all these teams who were like in the playoffs or in the Championship last season. And apart from Birmingham, we've done well. So we need to take something from that. This is building very nicely. Let's hope that after the FA Cup interlude, we can pick up where we left off again. With a final score of Charlton 2, Wrexham 2, I'm Mark Griffiths from Wrexham AFC.